welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss lecture number 3rd of power series of special functions. So today's our topic is analytic function. So analytic function से हम determine कर सकते हैं कि जो हमारा point है वो ordinary point है, regular singular है या irregular singular point है. So basically ये जो है हमारा base बनेगा for the next exercise because we have to check which point is this for the given solution and then we will follow the given steps. अगर हमारे पास ordinary point है solution will be different. If it is regular singular then solution will be different. So first let us understand what is a analytic function. A function defined in the interval containing a point A. Suppose we are having any interval and we have a point A in that interval is said to be analytic at A. A पे हम उसको analytic कब बोलेंगे? If it can be represented by a power series in form of x minus a with radius of convergence greater than 0. अगर हम उसको power series में लिख पाए a की, then it is called the analytic function. For example, हमारे पास कोई भी function है. Suppose we have log of 1 plus x. ठीक है? अगर मैं इसकी series open करूँ, that is x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus x cube by 4 by 4 up to so on. अगर यहाँ पे मैं a पॉइंट को ले लूँ 0, so मेरे पास क्या बन जाएगा? Otherwise it would be x minus a minus of x minus a whole square by 2 up to so on. अगर हमने a 0 ले लिया, so हम इस फंक्शन को इस फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं, सीरीज फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं. Hence this function is called analytic function. Or the definition could be, if it could be written in the form function of a into x minus a raised to power n upon n factorial, which this function converges to f of x for every x that belongs to any interval with r greater than 0. R हमेशा radius of convergence, it will be always greater than 0. Now this is the another definition. So basically analytic function की definition थी. अब हमें कैसे पता लगेगा कि कौन सा function analytic है या नहीं? So I'm writing some examples of analytic function, that is sin x, cos x. Trigonometric function are always analytic function. Even the rational functions, these are also analytic. Now how you will identify that the following function is analytic or not? Analytic का meaning क्या है? Basically वो function उस point पे define होना चाहिए. For example, if I am talking about a function, let it be 1 upon x minus 1. 1 upon x minus 1. This function is analytic at all points except at x is equal to 1. Because at x is equal to 1, the function becomes indefined. It is not defined at x is equal to 1. So therefore the function is analytic except at x is equal to 1. So basically the function defined होना चाहिए इस point पे, then it will be called the analytic function. Means जो हमारे px और qx है ना वो indeterminate नहीं आना चाहिए. Indeterminate means 0 by 0 form, 0 by infinity or infinity upon infinity. So form नहीं आनी चाहिए हमारे पास, simple form आनी चाहिए, means it should be defined. Now first point we have the ordinary point. Ordinary point जानने के लिए आपको कोई भी given equation को you have to compare it with the equation d square y by dx square plus px dy by dx plus qx y is equal to 0. You have to compare it with this equation and the point x is equal to a is called the ordinary point for the differential equation number 1 if both p and qx are analytic. अगर हमारे पास p और qx analytic है, means at x is equal to a हमारे पास p और qx defined है, then it is called the analytic function. That analytic function will give us the ordinary point. Now if the point is not ordinary, then it is singular point. If the point is not ordinary, it will be called a singular point. And there are two types of singular point, that is regular singular and irregular singular. So for regular singular, x minus a into px and x minus a square into qx both should be analytic at x is equal to a. दोनों हमारे पास कैसे होना चाहिए? एनालिटिक होनी चाहिए. Now if it is not analytic, then it will be irregular singular point. अगर आपको चीजें नहीं समझ आई, क्वेश्चन के थ्रू समझते हैं. Example 1, show that x is equal to 0 we have the ordinary point. Equation देखिए, first step क्या रहेगा, we have to compare it with the equation d square y by dx square plus px, मैं यहाँ पे p लिखती हूँ, dy by dx plus qy is equal to 0 because it is assumed that p and q are analytic functions of x, not analytic functions of x. So d square y by dx square plus x upon x square plus 1 dy by dx minus x upon x square plus 1 into y is equal to 0. So here p is x upon x square plus 1, or you can write it as px because it is a function of x. q is minus x upon x square plus 1. अब हमें चेक करना है कि at x is equal to 0 एनालिटिक मतलब क्या होता है, डिफाइन होना चाहिए. So at x is equal to 0 देखा हमने, बेसिकली नॉट डिफाइंड, तो डिनोमिनेटर से बनेगा. तो डिनोमिनेटर में हमने जब 0 पुट किया, तो नीचे जो डिफाइन बनना है यहाँ पे भी डिफाइन है, मींस at x is equal to 0 both p and q are defined. डिफाइन के लिए यहाँ पे हम एक और टर्म यूज करेंगे, दैट इज both these functions are analytic. Both these functions are analytic at x is equal to 0. Hence, at x is equal to 0, we have ordinary point. So हमारे पास x is equal to 0 पे कैसा point है, ordinary point. This is the step. First we have to compare, then we have to check the function उस point पे define है या नहीं. अगर define नहीं होता, then it is not ordinary. Then we will go for singular point. Singular point में फिर हम check करेंगे कि regular singular है या irregular singular point. Now in question number 2, that is example 2, we have to show that x is equal to 0 is the ordinary point of the given differential equation, but at x is equal to 1 is the regular singular point. So यहाँ पर दोनों pieces आ जाते हैं. So first let us write the equation in the form of d square y by dx square plus p dy by dx plus qy is equal to 0. So it will become d square y by dx square plus x upon x square minus 1. x square minus 1 से पूरी इक्वेशन को डिवाइड कर देते हैं, dy by dx minus y upon में x square minus 1 is equal to 0. So we will compare, we will get p is equal to x upon x square minus 1 and q is minus 1 upon x square minus 1. Now at x is equal to 0, we see that अगर हम यहाँ पे 0 पुट करें, so p and qx both are defined, means undefined नहीं बन रहे, infinity नहीं बन रहे. So at x is equal to 0, both p and q are defined की जगह हम लिखेंगे are analytic. Hence at x is equal to 0, we have singular point, sorry, ordinary point. Now we have to check at x is equal to 1. So at x is equal to 1, we will see that the denominator becomes 0. So x upon x square minus 1, that it becomes 1 upon 0. We will see that it becomes 1 by 0, p बन चुका 1 by 0 and it becomes minus 1 upon 0. So both are not defined at x is equal to 1. So जब वो defined ही नहीं है, means analytic ही नहीं है, means the point is not ordinary at x is equal to 1. At x is equal to 1, the point both p and qx should be defined. Then only it is ordinary point. Now it is not defined, so it is not ordinary point. It means it is singular point. So यहाँ से पता लग चुका है कि एक singular point है. अब singular point क्यों है? क्योंकि ये ordinary point नहीं है. Means ordinary point क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि at x is equal to 1, both p and q are not defined. You can write the reason as p and q are not defined at x is equal to 1. Now from singular point we have two types, that is regular and irregular. Now we have to check whether it is regular or irregular. We have the method to check only for the regular point, that is जो भी point दे रखा है x minus a, means x minus 1 px, or we can write just p. And for q we have x minus 1 square into q. Let us see what will happen. It will become x minus 1 into x upon में x square minus 1, that is x upon x plus 1. It will become x minus 1 square. q की वैल्यू हमारे पास है यहाँ पे minus 1 upon x square minus 1. यहाँ से x minus 1 एक कैंसिल हो जाएगा, x माइनस वन माइनस अपॉन में x प्लस वन लेफ्ट रह जाएगा. नाउ वी विल चेक दैट x minus 1p and x minus 1 square p are analytic or not. If they are analytic, then it is a regular point. If they are not analytic, then it is irregular point. Means it is not regular. So now we will see this function, these both functions. So we will see that at x is equal to 1. So at x is equal to check करते हैं, it will come 1 by 2. Now here we will put x is equal to 1, ऊपर आ जाएगा 0, नीचे आ जाएगा 2. So both these are defined. Means you write here x minus 1 p and x minus 1 square q. Both are defined. Defined के जगह हम यहाँ पर टर्म यूज करेंगे एनालिटिक at x is equal to 1. ये एनालिटिक आ चुके हैं. Hence we will write here it is a regular singular point. अगर ये नहीं आता एनालिटिक, then it will be irregular singular point. I hope आपको clear होगा. Let us see one more question to make it more clear. Show that at x is equal to 0 we have the regular singular point and at x is equal to 1 we have the irregular singular point. So हमें singular point ही prove करना है. Let us see. First step हमारा same ही रहेगा. We will compare it with the equation d square y by dx square plus p dy by dx plus qy is equal to 0. So इसको डिवाइड में जाते हैं, आ जाएगा d square y by dx square plus 2 into x minus 1 square upon में x minus 1 cube into dy by dx plus 3y upon में x into x minus 1 cube is equal to 0. So यहाँ से हमारे पास p की वैल्यू आ जाएगी 2 into x minus 1 square upon x into x minus 1 cube. So यहाँ से कैंसिल कर देते हैं, आ जाएगा 2 upon x into x minus 1. q की वैल्यू आ जाएगी 3 upon x into x minus 1 cube. p के आ चुके, q के आ चुके. Now we will check first at x is equal to 0. Both for ordinary point, first we will see ordinary point. So for ordinary point, both the functions should be defined at that point. At x is equal to 0, we will see p. p will come 2 upon 0, that is infinity. P is not defined. Let us see q. At x is equal to 0, it comes 3 upon 0, that is again infinity. Means at x is equal to 0, both p and q are not defined. They are not defined means it is not an ordinary point, it is a singular point. We made it clear that it is a singular point. We will check it further whether it is regular singular or irregular singular. Let us check at x is equal to 1. At x is equal to 1, we will see p value. That is 2 upon 1 minus 1 0. That is p is infinity. Q it's also 3 upon 0. That is infinity. Means at x is equal to 1 also. P and Q are not defined. Means they are not defined. Means x is equal to 1 is not an ordinary point. It is a singular point. Maybe अगर ऐसा जाता हमारे पास कि p infinity आ रहा है, q infinity नहीं आ रहा, then also p is not defined. But the condition is any of these should be not defined. Means we made it clear that both these are not the ordinary point, these are the singular point. Now we will check further, investigate that which one is regular and which one is irregular. So let us see. Now we have at x is equal to 0 and at x is equal to 1. p value है हमारे पास 2 upon x into x minus 1 and q is your 3 upon x into x minus 1 cube. Now for checking which whatever the point is, for the singular point, the regular singular point RSP, we have to check x minus a into px and x minus a square into qx. These both should be analytic. Analytic means defined at a point. Then it is regular singular, otherwise it is regular irregular. Sorry. Now here a is 0, so आ जाएगा x into px और यहाँ पे आ जाएगा x square into qx. So x into px, that is x into 2 upon x into x minus 1. It comes 2 upon x minus 1. X square into qx, that is x square cross 3 upon x into x minus 1 cube. That is 3x upon x minus 1 cube. Now we will check at x is equal to 0, xpx and x square qx, these both are defined or undefined. Now at x is equal to 0, from यहाँ पे 0 put करें तो will come -2 and here it will come 0, means at x is equal to 0, xpx and x square qx both are defined. Defined की जगह हम term use करते हैं analytic. These are analytic. So we have here the regular singular point, RSP. Now let us check at x is equal to 1. At x is equal to 1, we will choose यहाँ आ जाएगा हमारे पास x minus 1 into px, x minus 1 square into qx. So यहाँ पे हमारे पास आ जाएगा x minus 1 into 2 upon में x into x minus 1. It will come 2 upon x. Here x minus 1 square cross 3 upon में x into x minus 1 cube. So it will come 3 upon x into x minus 1. So we will check at x is equal to 0. So at x is equal to 1, p and x minus 1 px and x minus 1 square qx, these are defined or not. Defined means analytic है या नहीं. If they are analytic, then it is regular singular point. Otherwise, it is irregular. So at x is equal to 1, put करते हैं यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 2 upon 1, that is 2. And here we will put 1, it will come 3 upon 0, that is infinity. Means p तो defined है लेकिन q defined नहीं है, but it is not defined. So x minus 1 and x minus 1 square px are not defined. अब यहाँ पे लिखोगे एक भी अगर defined नहीं है, so you will write here they are not defined. They are not defined means not analytic. Hence, at x is equal to 1, we have irregular singular point. I hope I made it clear to you. Now let us see example number 4. This is quite different question, that is you have to find yourself the ordinary point, the singular points. So you have to find yourself, that will be difficult task for you. So first let us compare the given equation with d square y by dx square plus p dy by dx plus qy is equal to 0. So from here we will get d square y by dx square, we will divide the equation by x minus 1 and x minus 2. So it come x square upon x minus 1, x minus 2 dy by dx plus x upon x minus 1, x minus 2 into y is equal to 0. So from here we will get p is equal to x square upon x minus 1, x minus 2 and q is equal to x upon x minus 1, x minus 2. Now clearly understand this question how to solve. देखिए जब हमारे पास जो एनालिटिक होता है कि डिफाइन होना चाहिए. So this function it is defined, or we can say it is analytic at all points except, you can write here p and q are defined. You can replace this with analytic at all points except at x is equal to 1 and 2. At x is equal to 1 देखिए ये बन जाएगा infinity, और x is equal to 2 पे भी क्या बन जाएगा infinity. So it is defined at all points except x is equal to 1. So we can say that all points except, because हमें तो analytic चाहिए ना for ordinary point. So at all points except at x is equal to 1 and 2 we have ordinary point. सभी पॉइंट्स पे हमारे पास क्या होगा ऑर्डिनरी. इन दोनों पॉइंट को छोड़ के, क्योंकि बिकॉज एट x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 the function is not analytic. Now means it is clear that at x is equal to 1 and 2 ordinary point नहीं है. ordinary point नहीं है इसका मतलब हमारे पास क्या है, singular point. Now singular point we are clear that it is having singular point. Let us check it is having regular singular or irregular singular. For that you have to check at x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 के लिए हमारे पास x minus 1 into px बनेगा and x minus 1 square into qx बनेगा. ये फंक्शन हमें चेक करना होता है. So it comes x minus 1 into p की वैल्यू हमारे पास है x स्क्वायर अपॉन में x minus 1 x minus 2. x minus 1 से x minus 1 cancel, x square upon में x minus 2. It comes x minus 1 square into qx, that is x minus 1 square. qx की वैल्यू आ जाएगी x upon x minus 1 into x minus 2. So x minus 1 से x minus 1 cancel, it comes x into x minus 1 upon x minus 2. Now we will check that at x is equal to 1, we have these function as analytic or not. So we will check the function x minus 1 px and x minus 1 square into qx. So ये function आया हमारे पास x square upon x minus 2 and यहाँ पे हमारे पास function आया x into x minus 1 upon x minus 2. Now let us see कि x minus 1 px and x minus 1 square qx, these are analytic or not at x is equal to 1. So at x is equal to 1 की वैल्यू आ रही है minus 1 upon minus 1. At x is equal to 1 की वैल्यू आ रही है 0. Means both these function at x is equal to 1 are defined or we can say are analytic. Function defined है, analytic है, hence अगर ये analytic हो जाते हैं then we have the regular singular point. Now let us check at x is equal to 2. So at x is equal to 2 हमारे पास फॉर्मूला क्या रहेगा x minus 2 into px. फर्स्ट ही चेक करना होगा, नेक्स्ट हम चेक करना होगा x minus 2 square into qx. Now x minus 2 into px की वैल्यू हमारे पास थी x square upon x minus 1 into x minus 2. x minus 2 का स्क्वायर qx की वैल्यू थी x upon x minus 1 into x minus 2. So here we have x minus 2 से x minus 2 cancel. It come x square upon में x minus 1. यहाँ पे एक x minus 2 से एक x minus 2 cancel. It come x minus 2 cross x upon में x minus 1. Now let us check at x is equal to 1. X is equal to 2. X minus 2 into px and x minus 2 square into qx. These are defined or not. So x minus 2 px and this. So at x is equal to 2 check करते हैं, it comes 4 upon में 1 and यहाँ पे हमारे पास वैल्यू आ रही है 0. Means x minus 2 px and x minus 2 square qx both are analytic at x is equal to 2. So here we have again the regular singular point. So हमारे पास 1 and 2 these are regular singular point. And all the points except 1 and 2 we have the ordinary point and we do not have irregular singular point in this question. So by this your exercise is completed. In the next video we will discuss next exercise. Till then, thank you.